Hello, friends, and welcome to the new moon in Pisces pick a card reading for March 2022. All of the cards or piles today are using this beautiful aqua colored candle to help us connect to that Pisces, watery, ocean kind of energy. So we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3 over here. And they all have different stones with them. Maybe one might jump out more than the other. I'll let you see without the stones, and we'll talk about the stones in a minute. So welcome to Wonderland. My name is Allison. I'm the self-proclaimed priestess of Wonderland. Because I tend to lean a little bit more towards the crazy side. So while I am here to help you connect to your spirituality and hold space between the light and the dark, it also, I find that once you go down those rabbit holes, you start to feel a little bit crazy. So I'm here to say, welcome, be your own crazy, unique self. And if you are new to pick a card readings, how this works is you will pick pile 1, 2, or 3, and you will find the timestamp in the description below. When you click on it, it will take you directly to your reading. So if pile number 1 jumps out at you and you feel drawn to this Amazonite palm stone, then find the description below and it will take you, look for the group 1 Amazonite timestamp and it will take you directly to your reading. If you are feeling drawn to the pile in the center here, it goes along with this. This is biotite and spinel. Palm stone as well. The color is not doing it justice here, but it's like purple and gray, and it's got these darker colors too. So if you're drawn to that stone and the center pile, then find the group 2 and the biotite spinel timestamp, and that will take you directly to your reading. And then last but not least, we have this third pile here. I tried to do a similar size stone, but this is just what came up for pile 3. This is labradorite. And again, the camera does not really do it justice. There we go. So that goes with pile number 3. So again, in the description below, find your timestamp to take you directly to your reading. And I hope that you will also stick around. There, you'll notice there's a 4th timestamp, and that will take you to a closing statement where I will talk about all 3 of the readings and how they kind of related to each other. We're going to talk about the new moon in Pisces and also just kind of let you know that new things are coming. But I'll save that for the end. If you are interested, please click on the 4th timestamp for the closing statement after you've watched your reading. As always, please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if these readings resonated with you. I really appreciate your support. And thank you so much. Have a happy new moon. Hello, group 1. If you chose this beautiful Amazonite stone, then this reading is for you. I'm just going to light your candle for you. So we've got a few tarot cards with some oracle cards, and then I want to remember to pick a chakra card for us at the end to kind of tie everything together. I could never find a good place that's like far enough away from the camera so that the flame doesn't damage it, but still on screen. Okay. So let's move these out of the way too then. And I'll put that over there. Okay. Okay, that works. Alrighty, so the first card that we have here for you is the Two of Swords in reverse. We also have the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords. And the Hierophant. So before getting into the oracle cards, immediately the first thing that came to mind when I pulled these tarot cards is that either you have been struggling to make a decision, or you're going to come across. So I always ask for the next moon cycle. So this could be something that you are starting this moon cycle, or something that's going to happen within the next 4 weeks. So I just kind of get the feeling that since this is the first card here, the Two of Swords in reverse, that you've been struggling to make a decision. When the Two of Swords is upright, it typically the person in the image, well, she has her eyes closed. So she has her eyes closed. Obviously, she is fully capable of opening her eyes and seeing the decision that she has to make. The swords are crossed in this position, meaning that you're just avoiding something, you're blocking something. With it in reverse, and this is usually a decision that, like, it's usually a difficult decision, and it's usually something that, like, you need to do, but you're just like turning your head, you're closing your eyes, you're blindfolding yourself and just refusing to make the decision. Like, if I don't see it, then it's not really there, that kind of thing. So with it in reverse, tells me that you have finally released this pattern of blocking and avoiding. So that could be something that maybe you're setting intentions around, finally making a decision about something, or you're jumping into this moon cycle being like, okay, this is it. I'm finally just I'm gonna do it. I've been avoiding this for too long. And immediately following, we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is an incredibly prosperous card. It's a 10 card, meaning it's the end of a cycle. And I point that out, especially, that's a really big point, is this, like, because we immediately have the Ace of Pentacles afterwards. So it's like you've completed a cycle and now you're ready to start a new one. And it took making this difficult decision and finally just jumping in and doing it. So this is going to lead you to fulfillment in a physical, tangible way, because it's pentacles that we're talking about here. So pentacles is the earth element. It's physical, tangible things, finances, but also material possessions, stability, structure, foundation, and being the 10, it's like you finally completed that. Making this decision has brought this to you. And it's going to, like, I think it feels like it's moving quickly, even though we don't have some Eight of Wands energy. It's just like, once you make this decision, you're going to be in this good place, and then you're going to be ready to start from the ground up again. This work that you have had to do or are going to do this moon cycle is going to put that crown back on your head. You're going to learn the lessons that you were supposed to learn from this time, from making this decision, whatever this Two of Swords energy is for you. The Queen of Swords, the swords suit is the air element, which is wisdom and knowledge, and it's The suit of swords is most people's least favorite suit because there's so much struggle and there's so much anxiety, and that the sword suit goes on its journey. So they are looked on as kind of like the negative suit of the deck. But with that trouble and turmoil is like a really big keyword for me lately. Through that struggle and through that overcoming those hurdles gives you the wisdom, the knowledge, and the experience, the life experience to be able to say that, yes, I've overcome that and I learned my lesson and now I'm better for it. Now I'm smarter for it. Now I'm wiser for it. I love that this deck uses the butterfly imagery because it is like you are going through that. We always think of like being in the cocoon as hibernating and resting and relaxing, but it's not always that easy. Transformation is hard. It's difficult. And the sword suit teaches us that. And you're going from 2 to the queen here. You've made that decision. You've made that jump. And then we're also going from 10 back to 1, not necessarily meaning that you're going backwards, but it's just like you're ready. You've completed this cycle and you're ready to continue on a new one. So the last card that we have here is the Hierophant, which when I pulled these cards, the first thing that came to mind is discipline. The Hierophant often talks about actual traditional structured education, and a lot of times it's something spiritual related because the Hierophant is often portrayed as a priest. This guy looks a little bit more kingly to me, but he does have a cross around his neck. So oftentimes this is a spiritual journey, a spiritual education. But the thing that came to me was discipline, just based on everything else that we have here, because we have these pentacles and we need that structure and that stability and discipline. And also because this is a new moon reading where we're talking about starting a new cycle, setting your intentions and creating your routine and getting ready for spring. And I just kind of had this sense of like, you finally made this decision to like buckle down, adjust your crown, and walk forward confidently like the Queen of Swords does. Where should we start? So one of the cards that came up for you is this resting tree, patience and stillness. And the new moon is a time of resting, planning. Number 22 kind of jumped out at me because we're in the 22 year. We just passed the 2 days, and because it's combined with this 10 and completion, I think that there will be a period of rest. Hopefully it is now around the new moon for you, but because there is this completion and end of a cycle, you got to rest and recuperate and rejuvenate before we start back again at square one and start over. And this isn't like this isn't a starting from scratch. This is a building on top of what you've already built. This isn't a tower wiping the slate clean. This is a building on top of. So allowing yourself, I know you're probably like maybe feeling anxious to like jump into something again because you have this structure and confidence, but you're going to need to take the discipline of the Hierophant, structure your day, structure your spiritual practice, and have that include some rest and stillness. I like to, on the new moon readings, I like to have at least one deck that gives you some sort of like thing that you can start trying to do. This is the Everyday Witch Oracle, and it gives you like little, sometimes they're spells, sometimes they're just like these little things to like add to your regular routine. So the card that we got for you is Speak Your Mind. This is an air card. So we've got a lot of air energy, wisdom energy here. The Hierophant could also be considered an air energy kind of card, I guess, because of the wisdom and the knowledge and the education and the learning that it kind of stands for. So let me read the little routine or exercise. It's an exercise, and I thought that this was, and it says Speak Your Mind. So there's something, I kind of feel like the decision that you're having to make involves like communicating something to someone. So if you pull this card, the universe is probably telling you that you need to speak up. There's an issue or situation that you have been struggling with. Maybe keeping silent when you had something important to say. That's another kind of Two of Swords energy. If you remember that you can speak your mind politely and assertively like the Queen of Swords, without being nasty or argumentative. If you get to speak your mind, that means you have to listen too. So it goes both ways, speaking and then listening and receiving the feedback. Communication is a two-way street. So the magic that she recommends, and I just really love this practice. So she recommends Mercury, the god of communication, the planet that rules Gemini, the sign of communication. He carried a staff known as the caduceus. Google the caduceus. It's I'll bring it up here. Caduceus. It's often used as the medical symbol. It's like a staff with two snakes kind of intertwining like this, going up. So she recommends either printing that out or drawing that out and writing your name on it. Oh yeah, and the top of it has a pair of wings. So if you are going into a situation where you need to be able to speak your mind with strength and conviction, draw or print out a picture of the caduceus and write your name across it. Ask Mercury to bless the staff and your voice and carry the picture with you when you need it. I just thought that was a really cool. I love things that you can just are like really easy. I love using like just pen and paper for things. So I love that, and you can carry it with you. I chose the Amazonite stone for you because it is a throat chakra stone to help with communication. It matches my shirt almost exactly. And Amazonite is a very powerful truth-speaking stone. It personally, for me, I think of the Amazon women who were strong and powerful, and so I also see this as a strength stone. I could see it as a Queen of Swords stone too. So that's why I chose that one for you. The last card that we have, is it the last card? Yeah. The last card we have here is the Water Spirit, Emotions, Memory, and Life Force. And I love that. I feel like these two kind of have a similar energy to them, and I wanted to read from this one because I just really love The Oracle of the Hidden World by Lucy Cavendish. I just love, I feel like the messages, she channels a lot of her writing, and I just feel like the messages are just like really, really meant to be heard. So I like to read from this deck. So there is within every body of water. Oh, I also love that you got this on a Pisces new moon. So we've got water energy here, and this might be the thing that balances you out, because we've got so much air and we've got a lot of earth. So using either the water element or the fire element. Right as I said that, I feel like a fire card fell out for you, but I wasn't sure if it was like the right card, so I put it back. But so just keep that in mind if you need to balance out all this air energy. Be wary of fire and air energy, because we know what happens when you blow on a flame, it gets bigger. So water might be the balancing element for you. So there is within every body of water a spirit that most often cannot be seen. But when we of the hidden worlds choose to come forth, you will not be able to deny our presence any longer. Water is intelligent, a feeling source of energy, one which is vital to life on this world. Water is an element which holds history, memories, emotions, and the subtle mysteries of the psyche. With this spirit, you are asked to consider your own emotions, your own memories, and to connect more deeply with the water in your life and to make it sacred and begin to commune with the spirits within the water so that you can benefit from its intelligence and emotional wisdom. We have a cat coming to say hello. I always put the camera in the wrong place. Sorry. This spirit gazes at you, awaiting your acknowledgement, awaiting you to accept the vitality and the necessity of emotional balance, of healing memory, of understanding that what we hold, we emanate. Ask yourself now, for you too are being a water. You too are a being of water, precious one. What do I hold? What am I keeping within me? Is it vital? Is it life-giving? And can I learn to move what is causing me to stagnate and to feel unclean? Water is the life force that you are most made up of, and the spirit of water lives too, within you, within your blood, your tears, every memory, and every emotion. Let your water energy be that of healing, of vibrational vitality, of growth and love, of a kind of honor. Worship the spirit of water, not as an idol, but as a sacred source of life. Revere the watery self that is you. Make yourself flowing, as honest, as clear as water. That's like when water gets stagnant, it gets murky and sludgy and muddy, especially like the water and earth energy it makes things muddy and you feel stuck. So it's important to remember that there's this flow with water. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be standing still and stuck or stagnant. Sorry, I've got a cat climbing up my back. And the last message here is, when I flow like water, the vibration of my emotions and psyche becomes light and blissful. Odin, no, that hurts. Ow. So I feel like the water element is like really healing for those that chose this pile. And it's going to help you cleanse and move. Like, it's always important, like when we complete a cycle with this 10 of Pentacles, resting is important and clearing is important, like letting go of those old things so that they don't pop up again. And then last but not least, let's get a chakra card for group 1. I love just the overall feeling of this reading. This deck is so gorgeous and beautiful. It just had like watery Pisces, dreamy kind of energy to me. But I just think your reading just looks so beautiful. So definitely setting intentions about either congratulating yourself on the completion of this cycle or get ready for this completion of cycle. And because we have to honor, like, you have released something that was really difficult. So it's so important to celebrate our little accomplishments. Give yourself some time to rest. Schedule some time If you're not able to do it now, make sure that you are scheduling it like right before the new moon next month. And that way, I mean, it's 4 weeks in advance. You can work your schedule around it. And walk confidently with this Queen of Swords energy here. All right, group 1. What chakra should group 1 focus on for this moon cycle? Enhanced perception. This is a third eye chakra. So third eye is a lovely chakra to focus on for a Pisces new moon, because Pisces taps into that subconscious energy very easily. Access your inner wisdom, hidden deep in the well of your being. Hear the whispers of benevolent spirits and see the visions of things yet unseen. When your intuition expands, your perception is enhanced and you are able to fully transcend duality. In a multidimensional universe, we have access to many more tools and possibilities than we realize. Receive these gifts of clear sight and clear awareness. They are yours to work with and enjoy. The crystal that they recommend is azurite. The herb is eyebright for the third eye. And if you have not already made this decision and you're like getting ready to, tapping into third eye energy is going to help you get clear and like see that inner vision. And that's going to give you the confidence to like actually make that decision. And if you need to communicate, remember the caduceus exercise, drawing that caduceus staff. Such a beautiful reading. Thank you so much, Group 1, for hanging out with me today on the new moon. I hope you have a wonderful new moon. I hope that the waters flow freely for you and you're able to connect to that Pisces energy, that you're able to find some time to rest and to readjust your crown. And good luck on your journey with this, whatever it is that you're learning. I look forward to hearing about it. Please comment below if this reading resonated with you. And if you are interested in staying tuned for the closing statement, I'll kind of talk more about the Pisces new moon and how all of the readings wrap up together. If you're interested in learning more about following the moon, the Just a Phase Moon Planner is on sale for I'm going to have a new moon sale until we sell out. So happy new moon. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next moon. Hello, Group 2, if you chose the aqua candle with this spinel in biotite, I believe. So this is going to be my next Let's Get Stoned video, and you know how I like to work with the stone before doing too much research. So I believe the biotite is the purple and I think the spinel is the purple and the biotite is the darker color. I'm not really sure. I chose this for specific reasons for this reading, but you guys know I like to work with stones before doing too much research on it. So, one is calming and one is for manifestation. So combined, it like helps ease anxiety for manifesting. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because you know I like to work with the stones before I do too much research on them. So we had a lot of cards for this reading. So we've got a bunch of oracle cards to go through, as well as the tarot. Let's just jump into it. So the first card we have here is the Queen of Cups. I just can't get enough of this deck. Like, I just want to stare at it. Stare at the artwork. It's just so beautiful. All right, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse. We have the Knight of Pentacles also in reverse. We have the Fool also in reverse. And the Eight of Swords upright. So, I've never had so many reverse cards come up in a reading, like more than half of this reading have come up in reverse. So right off the bat, that tells me that there's just a lot of stuck energy for those of you that chose group 2. But starting off with this Queen of Cups upright, I feel like this card is kind of representing you, the people who chose this pile. I feel like are very caring and loving and nurturing. The Queen of Cups is really good at taking care of others, loving and nurturing. She's in control of her emotions, but the important thing about this card, and I think for those of you who picked this pile, it's so important to remember to fill your own cup before you fill somebody else's. I think that is really important for the person and people. And to be quite honest with you, I feel very called out with this reading. So I am right here in this, all of this stuck reversed energy with you. So first of all, the Ten of Wands upright is a card of completion. It's interesting that, we'll see what group 3 has, but we are having completion so far in both of these readings. However, it's in reverse. But let's talk about, so upright, it's a card of completion, but it also is a card of like feeling like you are doing all the work yourself. And in reverse, this energy can either be just avoiding the work, not doing the work, or it is carrying all the weight yourself. Typically, the Ten of Wands has somebody carrying all of the wands, and they're kind of obviously having trouble carrying it all. So this overall like reading is telling me that you are not feeling appreciated for all the hard work that you're doing, and not feeling recognized for all of the hard work that you have been doing. Maybe there is somebody out there who is just like avoiding the work altogether. But I kind of, the whole energy of this reading is just kind of like you're feeling stuck. You don't want to move forward because you're not being recognized for everything that you have been doing. And then with the Knight of Pentacles is one of my favorite. Well, I love all the cards, but like I love the Knight of Pentacles energy because it's very slow and steady movement forward. It's like taking one step at a time. You're feeling grounded and confident in the movement that you're making forward. With it in reverse, you're either moving too quickly, or you're just not taking one step at a time. You're trying to skip steps, that kind of thing. This feels like a lot. The energy of this reading feels like a lot. And because I can relate to it, I'm trying not to project like my own, what's going on in my life, but I can really relate to this reading. And, I hope that it's relating to somebody else too, because maybe this reading's just for me. I don't know. But we also have the Fool in reverse, and we all know the Fool is the beginning on his journey. He's jumping in with both feet and doesn't have a care in the world. He's just going for it. So in reverse, it's again stuck energy. You're not going for it. You're not jumping in. You might be like jumping in with one foot, but you're not like all into whatever the situation is that's going on. And then we have this glorious Eight of Swords card that is a self-made prison. It's all about entrapping yourself, saying like, oh, I can't do this and I can't move because I'm in this box and I can't get out of it, when it's like clearly you can just open the cage. There's no lock on the cage. Take the blindfold off and untie your hands. You are capable. The lesson of the Eight of Swords card is you are fully capable of changing your life, and you are the only one responsible for changing your life. So the energy of this reading is, so I ended up picking a lot of oracle cards to get some help and guidance, because it doesn't feel good to feel stuck, to feel like you're doing all the work and no one's helping you, to be needing to just like skip steps and jump forward, and needing to and knowing that you need to jump in but only dipping your toe in, and I just know, and taking care of everybody else except for yourself. I know what this energy feels like. And so this new moon, I think for this group, we're going to talk about this a lot. The intentions that you should be setting are trying to turn these cards upside down. You want to jump in with both feet, but you also want to take slow and steady steps. You want to have a plan. You want to have goals. You want to set goals, and you want to take your time accomplishing them instead of running and rushing forward, and doing the work. And maybe this is about acknowledging your accomplishments and your hard work. It's not about, because this Ten of Wands in reverse makes me feel like you've been working very hard, and you're like, why is nobody noticing? And it's not about other people noticing the work that you're doing. You need to notice the work that you're doing. You need to congratulate yourself on the little goals that, like, write out your goals with this Knight of Pentacles energy. Write out your goals and check them off. Put them on your bathroom mirror. Put them on your nightstand, your bedside table, or your dresser, like where you can see it, and check those things off. And I always, whenever I'm making a to-do list or a goal list or anything like that, I always put things on there that I've already done. Like, oh, I just did this today. Or even if it's just making that list is one of your goals, put that on there so that you can check it off and you can see that every day, and you can be inspired and more motivated to check them off. I always do that. I'm like not ashamed of that at all. I'm like, well, I just did this, so let me write this down. And I also kind of like put it in the middle of the list so it looks like I didn't just like add it on there. I'm crazy. Okay. So I asked for, because this, I can relate to this energy. It doesn't feel good. So I asked for some angel guidance from this new Kyle Gray deck that I have recently started working with. And we're going to read from that because it's a new deck. And the two cards that we got, this one comes up a lot so far, just from working with this deck a little bit: Strength and Guidance, and also Guardian Angel. So I want to start with the Guardian Angel one because I don't think that I have read this one yet. Okay. So, everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them since their soul's creation. Now your guardian angel is drawing closer to you than ever. This angel guide knows you, loves you, and accepts you completely. Before your incarnation on earth, you danced across the stars together. If you're feeling overwhelmed or alone at this time, know that your angel guide is with you to share their love and make you feel safe. You never walk this path alone. Angels are always there to light the way. This card is a huge reminder that you have always have their help, support, and companionship available to you. The biggest message that I give to people when starting to work with angels is knowing that they love you unconditionally. Because personally, I'm very hard on myself. So I'm always like, oh, they're mad at me. Like, and there's memes that go around, oh, my spirit guides are mad at me, but like, they're not. Your spirit guides might be, but your angels aren't. Your angels are totally love you unconditionally. They don't judge you. I'm not saying that spirit guides do. It's just they're a little bit more, some can be a little bit more strict with their guidance, whereas angels are just there for love. The extended message of this card is you are an independent soul and often find yourself trying to do everything on your own. Wow. That 10 of Wands energy, trying to do everything on your own. But know that even just a quick prayer to your guardian angel can take some time away from that pressure. Your angel wants to hear more from you. In order to support you fully, they must be invited to do so, but then no request is too much. Your angel guide was made for you and is dedicated to you. Take time today for an easy and informal conversation with them. Speak openly and in a heartfelt way about your life, any challenges you are facing, and anything you need help with. Through that conversation, their help will find its way to you. When you draw this card, they want you to know that they are with you. So I hope that lifts your heart a little bit better. We also have the Strength and Guidance card. So, I mean, we've got Guidance and Guardian here. Don't underestimate the power of your soul. You are strong and resilient. You are a strong and resilient soul with the capacity to rise above any challenge. Divine intervention is taking place at this time. Whatever is occurring in your life is providing a real learning curve for your soul. You are becoming more and more aware of what will lead you to fulfill your purpose and what will divert you from joy. Oh, I was reading this the other day and it didn't make any sense. Your angel guide is encouraging you to recognize that the feelings that are coming to you now are guidance that will help you understand the steps. Nine of Pentacles and steps is like a big key word for me here. Understand the steps that you need to take and moves that you need to make in order to be aligned with the abundance and support. The extended message is angels are encouraging you to dig deep and hold your station. If you are wondering what the next step is, know that it will be revealed in due course. Don't change your plans or your vision or goals for anyone. This is not a time to take a drastic action, but to remain committed and strong. Keep up the good work. Look at that. You're getting your acknowledgement right now. Keep up the good work. Angels are encouraging you to recognize the power of your prayers and intentions at this time. Recognize, too, that angels are with you and willing to guide you on your journey. The universe itself is with you. If you trust in it, you will draw down the power of the cosmos, and the right steps will be revealed in such a way that it will be effortless for you to take them. Know it's not your job or duty to know everything that's unfolding. Just take one step at a time until the solution and outcome are revealed. Have faith, positive things are happening. So really beautiful messages in relation to the tarot cards as well, like the taking one step at a time. And also I'm feeling this like relief just from these two angel cards here that like your prayers are being answered. Staying committed, like if you're feeling like you're doing all this work and you're not being acknowledged, or you're not where you thought that you would be with all of this hard work, you're not getting back as much energy as you're putting into it, is kind of the energy of this reading. And they're saying to like just trust, stay committed, keep going. And there was one thing that like really gave me this sense of relief. Oh, just that if you stay committed, if you trust in it, you will draw down the power of the cosmos, and the right steps will be revealed in such a way that it will be effortless for you to take them. So it won't feel like as hard a work as this 10 of Wands energy has been feeling. And you'll be able to jump in with both feet. So that feels like very, like you can take a deep breath and know that your hard work is paying off, even if you can't see it quite yet. What did I ask for next? Oh, I think I was just really feeling the heaviness of this reading. So another Kyle Gray card. I just love this Angels and Ancestors deck. So in this one, we got Wise One, grow within your current situation, and Winter, take care of your needs. So the things that jumped out about the Winter card for me is that we started out with this Queen of Cups energy, who is loving, caring, and nurturing, but she's for everyone else, but she's also able to fill her cup up before filling others. So that's just kind of the key message that I get with this Winter card here, is to remember to rest and rejuvenate so that you're able to continue to do all of this work that you've been doing. Let's see, maybe I'll check in with this card, the Wise One card. Grow within your current situation. I mean, just off the top of my head, I feel like it's just saying that, like, even though this time feels difficult for you, know that it's a time of growth and transformation. And that transformation is not easy. So it's just, remember, just because something is difficult doesn't mean it's not what you're supposed to be doing. Does that make sense? Where is the Wise One? Should be like right here. Oh, okay. So knuckle down, be reliable and committed. Be open to wisdom and insights from your elders. The Wise One represents the wisest aspect of the goddess, the crone. In paganism and modern Wicca, the crone is the fiercest, most psychic, and most aware aspect of the goddess, because she has been through many of life's challenges and overcome many setbacks. On this card, the raven in her hands represents the capacity to overcome the darker times and be reborn again and again. So she helps you tap into wisdom to overcome whatever life throws at you. Wisdom being the transformation stored in your soul rather than the knowledge acquired in this lifetime, and to learn from the experience of your elders. The extended message is that the wisdom of the Wise One is based on something that the younger generation is often lacking: commitment and reliability. We want things to happen very quickly. When this card appears, you are being guided to continue working on your growth and expansion within your current situation. Be committed to your tasks and projects. It can be very easy to get bored or overwhelmed, but persevere. You are being reminded of how it feels to be let down and experience unreliability, and that is not who you were born to be. So keep working on what you are working on, because it's going to be extremely beneficial for you in the long run. So if anyone who picked this pile has been feeling like giving up on the thing that they've been working very hard on, you're being asked to stay committed and to stop putting, it's almost like it'd be easier to quit because the work is hard. And you're being asked not to commit, or not to quit. You're being asked to commit. Really prove that you want this thing that you have been working on. So that's what you should be setting your intentions on, is to really map out what it is. Set your goals, set your intentions, and take it one step at a time. If you have these really big goals, break them down into smaller goals. That's why I love following the moon so much, because we get a chance to reset every month and to break our bigger goals, our year-long goals, into 12 mini goals every month. So you can even break that down even further. Take the goal for the month and break that down into 4 weekly goals. And so it's not seeming so big and overwhelming and you're just able to take one step at a time. And once you take that one step and check that off your list, you'll be like, okay, I can do this. So, and then you take the next step. Excuse me. So which one do, well, I like to choose a card for the new moon readings that kind of give us some, these give you like little, I think it's called the magic section, gives you like little spells, rituals, ideas to help solidify the message of the card, which is prayers and wishes. I believe this is an air card. I can never find anything in here. Prayers and wishes, an air card. And I love that this card came up for this reading because we have had the guardian angels like come out, and again, a reminder in those descriptions were that you have to ask for help from them. They're always there. Say, hey angels, hey, I need some help. And I like talk to them. They're there. So let's see the message of this card. A spell is much like a prayer. It's a way to send your hopes and thoughts and wishes and worries out into the universe, to gain the attention of the deity with the power to help. Sometimes prayers are just general wishes. Please make this better. I wish I had more money. If only I could find love. Sometimes they are addressed to a particular god or goddess, or to the universal powers that be. No matter how you look at them, we all have moments when, no matter what form they take, we need to put out a prayer or a wish and hope for answer. So the action, that's what I was looking for. So think about what you really need or want in your life. Not the little things, but the stuff that is really important to you. Then, as many of us did when we were children, wait for the first star to rise at night and send out your wish with all your energy, saying, starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight, wish I may, wish I might, have this wish I wish tonight. I love that idea. See, I just love that it gives you like little things that you can do. If you get this card, it may be telling you it is time to ask for help from a greater source, or perhaps it is a hint that you need to put more energy behind the prayers and wishes that really matter to you and start working on making those wishes come true. If if a spell is a kind of prayer, then putting your prayers and wishes into a spell is the perfect way to go. Figure out what you really want to ask for and write it down on a piece of paper. Bless the prayer with the power of air by waving a feather over it or wafting it in some incense. Then say, I pray for dreams and wishes true, for help from the gods above. I ask these wishes old and new with perfect trust and love. Hold the paper in your hands and put all your energy from your prayers into it. Then make it into the shape of a paper airplane and send it sailing out into the world. If you can't do that, you can sail the airplane to your altar or some other safe place. See, I just love these little things that you can set time to do. This would be a beautiful one to do on this new moon, to really write down, solidify, and step by step your goals and intentions. I love that card. Okay, last but not least. Oh, and we will pick a chakra card for you too. So this this pile had a lot, but I felt like you needed, and it felt like you've been feeling stuck and heavy, so I felt like you needed extra cards today. So we have the Mirror, other lives, past lives, and dimensional lives. This is another card that I felt like I was being called out because I've been feeling like I have done a lot of shadow work, and I have done a lot of healing from the past and moving forward, and but sometimes you just get to this point where you still feel stuck, but you're like, but I healed that already. So I've gotten to a point where I feel like the areas that I am stuck in are not from this lifetime. So I am exploring past life regression and QHHT to kind of help me uncover that stuff and heal old things from a long time ago. because I don't know, there's so much healing that you can do in this lifetime. And it's like, I've healed all of that. I've talked, or it's just something that I'm holding on to from this lifetime and just not able to let it go. So the mirror card says, we are the many born who move through time and space beyond the lines drawn by men. We dance upon the web of connection and circle around thousand upon thousands of times. You have been a star and a stone, a flower and bark, deer and dancer, priestess and servant girl, wizard and serf. We move through forms, friends, not simply those inhuman, but those of the elements, and we turn and face all who have been. We can awaken little by little, each piece of wisdom until we are whole and entered fully into this life to share what we were brought here to do. You are now at this point of realization, staring into the mirror. It is as if each memory can find its way to the surface of your skin, and you can connect with the multitude who dwell within us. Your identity will not shatter, you will not fragment. Instead, you will become more whole. You become more whole when you look at all the different aspects of yourself, all the different shadow. I call my shadow dark priestess because she's the dark side, and she's mad, and she's sad, and she's got a lot to say. She's got a lot that's like hidden and buried deep. But the more I let her out, the more I explore that energy and that darkness, the more whole I feel. When we're hiding parts of ourselves, we're not complete. Another thing I like to mention when mirror cards come up is remembering that triggers, when we see something that somebody does that upsets us, we really need to explore, why did that upset us? Do we perhaps contain that negative energy within us as well, and that might be why it triggered us? And to be able to heal that and recognize, like, oh, I see that in myself, and that's why it triggers me. Like, you can't do that because it reminds me that I'm like that too. But I also like to remind people, and I kind of feel like a broken record when I say this, is that also when you see something good about something where you're like, wow, they're so beautiful. Whoa, they're so confident. Oh, I wish I could write like that. I wish I could paint like that. I wish I could be strong like that. When you see that in someone else, you also are, it's also a mirror. It's a trigger. You recognize that, oh, I do have that in myself, but I don't let it out. And you're like, oh, I wish I could let it out like they do. And the secret is you can, because you have that in you as well. So I always like to bring that up, especially if you're stuck in this negative energy, to remember that, like, when you see goodness and light out there, it's because you have it in there too. And the same thing with the dark. And that's how we combine the light and dark and make ourselves whole. Last chakra card for group 2. Even though this felt like a heavy reading, it feels really good. It feels like things are going to be moving forward. Let's see where you should focus where should group 2, what chakra should group 2 focus on? What am I trying to say? Ooh, be heard and be seen. Your voice matters. It longs to be heard, and you are here to be seen. Allow your voice to manifest itself into the world. Clear, steady, and strong. Hold on to the wisdom that your words hold supreme power. They create your reality and are able to bring light to the world. Speak into being what you might desire. Remember also to use your voice and to speak love into being for our planet. This is a throat chakra card. The crystal they recommend is aqua aura quartz, and the herb is coltsfoot. This also makes me think of the importance of setting intentions and the importance of it being clear. Because of this heavy energy, like when we get stuck in that negative energy, we're like, oh, but this isn't working. It's not working. I've been doing this for so long and it's still not working. That energy, those thoughts are going into your intentions. So when you have those negative thoughts come up of that I've been working so hard and nobody notices or something like that, and it's like, write that negative thought down and then challenge it. Well, what if I started recognizing all of the things that I have done and setting that, so if you have a plan to challenge and combat those negative thoughts, then they won't pop up anymore. And that way your intention of, I want to complete this goal, isn't going to be clouded with all the negative energy that you subconsciously or just floating around. When you think of success, what are the things that pop up of like, but I really can't do that. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough energy. I don't have enough money. Like whatever those things are, really write them down, challenge them, combat them, so that when you're setting your intentions on the new moon tonight of setting your goals, making your plan so that you're able to jump in with both feet, step out of this cage and take the slow and steady steps that the Knight of Pentacles can carry us with. You're not having that. It's not cloudy. You're not just going to end up back here with all this reversed energy again, because for whatever reason, you didn't believe it. And you have to figure out what that reason is, why you're not believing in yourself, and why everything's upside down. why is all your energy upside down and stuck and trapped? Once you get to the bottom of that, you're going to be able to form clear intentions so that your voice and your intentions can be heard and seen and accomplished. And asking your angels for help. Ask your angels to, like, if this negative thought comes up, ask your angels, like, why can you help me clear this? I'm ready to let go of this. Especially like Archangel Michael is really good about cutting cords and releasing things, like because asking for help with that, they can do that energetic work for us. And I believe in you. I see the hard work that you're doing. And I see how you're taking care of everybody. I see you. I feel you. Set your intentions clearly, and you will accomplish them. I believe it. And use the power of this Pisces moon to dream big. If you want to stick around, there's a 4th timestamp where I'll wrap up all of the readings and kind of talk a little bit more about the new moon in Pisces. And thank you so much for your support, and especially while I was healing. So still healing. So thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Hello, group 3. If you chose the 3rd pile with the aqua candle and this gorgeous labradorite palm stone, this reading is for you. Oh, there we go. It's like the camera doesn't do it justice. Look at all that flash in there. So I had to pick a really big stone because we've got some big energy in your reading today. So buckle up, in a very good way, big in a good way. Definitely the most positive reading of the day. So we've got some tarot. Move the oracle over to the side. To be quite honest, I think I'm just going to go through the tarot cards and then jump into the oracle right away, because I feel like the oracle really helps clarify a lot of the big things that are going on with the tarot cards. So we have the Knight of Wands, We have the Ten of Cups. The Queen of Pentacles. I could stare at these cards forever. Okay, we have the Magician. And the High Priestess. So not only do we have two major arcana cards here, we also have two court cards and a 10, which is a completion card. Okay, I guess I'll go through them a little bit, but I feel like the oracle cards really clarify them. So the Knight of Wands is the Knight of Fire. We've got this Phoenix here. This is all about movement forward, specifically in a fiery, passionate, creative sort of way. We have the Ten of Cups, that is emotional fulfillment. 10, like I said, is completion. It's the end of a cycle, and this card oftentimes is like happy family. Like you're feeling really fulfilled in your relationships and in your emotional life. And the Queen of Pentacles is the Queen of Earth. She is grounded. She's stable. She's financially abundant. She's very fulfilled in a physical, tangible way in her luscious, abundant garden or forest, as this is portrayed as. And we have the Magician, who has all the tools. He has all of the elements. He has the wand, the cups, the wand, the cup, the sword, and the pentacles. He can manifest all of the elements, balance them out. He can manifest, use his tools, use his power and his connection to all the elements to manifest the things that he needs, wants, and desires. The High Priestess is immediately following the Magician, in the sense that she is able to sit between the two pillars of the dark and the light to balance that energy in a way that's similar to balancing all of the elements. She's able to balance the light and the dark, sit between the conscious and the unconscious, and reveal the truth, see beyond the veil. This card is about intuition. The Magician is about manifestation. So really big energy for you, but I want to get into the oracle cards because I think that they help clarify. This is the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck, and we got 3 cards for you from this one. So we have the Altar Priestess, Preparation, Prayer, and Sacred Ritual. We have the Chess Queen, Trust and Strategizing. And then we also have the Phoenix, Resurrection, Surrender to Change. Also very interesting that you have 2 phoenixes pop up for you. We've got a Phoenix on the Knight of Wands card, and we have a Phoenix on the Phoenix card. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. The Chess Queen, this reading is so fascinating to me. I apologize. I'm probably going to have to take a million breaks. The Chess Queen. Oh, another thing that was interesting about the cards from this deck is we had number 30, 29, and 39. I just kind of thought that was interesting. So the first thing I noticed about the Chess Queen is how her energy is very comparable to the Magician energy. The Chess Queen has all the tools you need to aid you in your quest for a life of purpose, peace, and prosperity. When she arrives as your ally, You're given the task of asking Spirit for a vision of your life. Ask also to know the right actions to pursue your part in this process of unfolding. Then, with a sense of trust, allow the strategy to be given onto you by the divine. Are your goals and desires in alignment with the divine plan for your life? This is a reminder that there is your plan and then there is the divine plan for your life. When you're in alignment with the latter, all manner of messages are delivered to aid you in taking the next right action for your life. I'm not going to read all of this because we've got a lot to go through today, but this energy is so in alignment with the Magician card that I think this new moon cycle, you're being asked to really trust. And because strategize kind of jumped out at me, is to really like make sure that you have this plan for your goals to be met, because I'm seeing that you're having a lot of passionate. You're going to have the like structure and stability to move forward. But like sometimes when we're super passionate about stuff, we kind of like skip steps. So I think it's really interesting that we had the Phoenix come up on the Knight of Wands. So this is like reinforcing this passion and fiery creative energy. But I love that it's also combined with the 10 of Cups, which 10 is a completion. It's the end of a cycle. And the Phoenix is talking about rebirth and resurrection. And then we have this altar priestess who talks about, I did want to read from her, I think, because there was something that jumped out at me about this card. The stage is set and the world is waiting for you to take your place in sacred meditation and prayer. As your ally, the altar priestess brings ritual and reverent interaction with the mundane world. You're being required now to see everything as sacred, all of life as a meditation, and every action as a prayer of devotion. When you're able to perceive the world in this way, your question will lead to the appropriate answer. So I think that you're really being called, especially combined with this High Priestess card, is to focus on your intuition and continuing with whatever if maybe you did the self-care ritual with us last month on the new moon, like continue with these things that have been having a positive impact on your life, because that something is working for you and it's working good, and you need to continue with having that sacred spiritual practice in order for you to keep like moving forward with this abundance and fulfillment and this passion. I think there's like big things are happening for you, and they are good, or are going to be happening for you for this moon cycle. So I always like to pick a card from my deck that kind of gives us, like little rituals or things to do on the new moon. So we used Everyday Witch this time. And the card that you received is Give Love. So we'll read a little bit about the exercise for this one. This is also a fire card, so we've got lots of fire energy going on here. I always have trouble finding stuff in this deck. Okay. It is a wonderful thing to be loved. We all want to feel love in our lives, that feeling of warmth and comfort that comes from the knowledge that someone out there is sending love in our direction. But don't forget that love is a street that goes in two directions. As much as you need and want to be loved, others need and want it too. I also think that this is interesting to come up with the 10 of Cups, because the 10 of Cups is the suit of emotions and relationships. So there's a big emotional aspect to your reading today. This card is telling you to open your heart. Maybe someone has been offering you love, but you haven't taken the time and energy to make sure that they know that you love them too. It's easy to take friends and family and significant others for granted. This is so true. They know I love them. But it's important that we all say it often, because we all need to be reassured. The ritual this recommends is sit quietly in a dim room or outside under the moon. Light a white or red candle and spend a moment concentrating on its light and warmth. Close your eyes and feel the light and warmth in the area of your heart. Open yourself to the universal sources of love, God, and Goddess, or whatever you believe in, and feel your heart filling up with that feeling of warmth and affection. That's hard to say. Feel your heart filling up with feeling. When it fills to a point of overflowing, send that love out into the world. You can direct it at specific people or simply will go wherever you need it. That's such a beautiful practice, especially right now. I was going to mention this at the end, and I'll probably mention it again in the closing statement, that when we're setting intentions, it's also important to think about not just the things that we want for ourselves, but the things that we want for the collective. And so much is going on in the world right now. Again, I mean, like we've never been let up from this. So I think that's why this love is really prominent in this reading, is that like we need to say it to each other more often. Tell your friends and your loved ones that you love them. But also when you're setting intentions, to remember to send that love out to the collective, because the world needs love now more than ever. So the last card that we have here for you, and I wanted to read from this because I don't know that I've gotten this card before. So this is the Hidden Worlds. And it says changing consciousness, awareness, and extrasensory perception. So this combined with the High Priestess, the Altar Priestess, the Cups energy doesn't necessarily have to be emotional relationships, or the Cups can also be like intuition, your relationship with your spirituality, that kind of thing. And we do kind of like see that in this line here. Hidden World. So this is the Oracle of the Hidden World. So it's cool that we got the Hidden Worlds card here. From the center of this night flower. Oh, maybe I have gotten this before. This sounds familiar. Okay. From the center of this night flower emerges a fairy, fully born onto this planet. The fairy gazes into the night sky, perhaps longing for a moment, for the last lifetimes, the home world where they came from. This is the lesson of this being and this card, that we distinguish too much. We are humans, and we fail to see what is plainly before us. We cannot see that within each flower lies a universe, and that the fairy is indivisible from the flower. We cannot see that when we are separate, when we separate all into categories that seek to understand, we eventually fail and succeed only in dividing and separating until we lose the mystery we too were born into. We share the same cellular makeup as the flower and as the fairy. We are more alike than we are unlike. But when we walk under the stars and we gaze at the flowers, and when we see the vision of the night, of the other world that emerges when the sun's light is no more, we can truly see. So too, while we are delighting in our senses, we are also imprisoned by their limitations. So just to save on time, I'm not going to read all of that, but like the message of this card is to, I think, important on this new moon, because the important of the new moon and the whole cycle of going from dark to light and then back again is to recognize how we feel in the darkness. How do you feel when you're not having all this distraction? When we close one of our senses, our other ones are heightened. So what do you recognize in the darkness? What do you recognize after you've released something and you feel empty? Sit with that emptiness for a while before you start filling it back up. And I feel like that's a really important message for this new moon, for this reading, is to, gosh, so much is going on in this reading. It's kind of hard to like I see a big transformation with this Phoenix. I feel like you, I don't know, maybe like finally have overcome something or finally figured out something that you're passionate about, and you're just going to run with it. And I think you've just like done the work, and now it's time to trust, connecting with your intuition, your spirituality, and your emotions, and just I don't know what to say about this. Like, just run with it. This reading is overwhelmingly, like, overflowing, literally overflowing with the Ten of Cups, with passion and intuition and manifestation, and really trusting in the divine and your action in that sacred prayer. Like, this is, I kind of feel like this is someone who chose pile 3, like, did a ritual last month, whether it was the one that we all did together or not. But I think you're noticing the power in that, the power in setting the intentions, and the power in trusting your intuition, trusting the universe, connecting with that, and how important that is to connect with the spiritual world, with your emotional world, with your passion. This reading feels really good. I chose the labradorite stone for you because labradorite is a stone of manifestation. It's a really great new moon stone, and it's big and heavy, and it's this reading has big but not heavy. This is like big and like passionate and fiery, and cups are overflowing, abundance, fruition is the energy of this reading. And I think like you're recognizing that you had the power to create and manifest this. And man, I am happy for you. I am so happy for you. Stay tuned for the closing statement to see how all of these readings kind of connect. And there's one really big one that's really kind of interesting. And we'll talk about the Pisces new moon as well. So thank you so much. I hope to see you immediately following this for the closing statement. If not, oh wait, I almost forgot. I almost forgot to pick a chakra card for you. Oh no. All right, because group 3 needs any more power. No, I'm just kidding. All right, what chakra should group 3 focus on? Unlimited prosperity. This card comes up every time I use this deck. Money is energy, and we hold a precious choice, whether to prevent or encourage its flow. Are your channels for giving and receiving? This also kind of relates to what this card was saying as well. Are your channels for giving and receiving open wide enough? Do you allow the vibration of prosperity to radiate both from you and toward you? Reflect on your resources and how you can use them to create more abundance for both yourself and those around you. It's also kind of like Queen of Pentacles energy here too. Remember also to give back with an open heart for all that is coming your way. Give thanks before you receive. This is a solar plexus card. The crystal is yellow fluorite and the herb is basil. Tell everyone you love that you love them today. I think it's a really big message for you also. So thank you so much, group 3. Let me know if this reading resonated with you, and I'll see you next time. Hi friends, welcome back. I hope that you enjoyed your readings and that it resonated with you. Very powerful messages coming up. And the biggest connection that we had with all of the groups here, it blows my mind when this comes up, when this happens, because it's happened before, and I'm sure it will happen again. So first of all, group number 1 had the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is completion of a cycle, specifically something related to the earth element, finances, physical, tangible things. Pile number 2. And I really can't make this stuff up, you guys. I really can't. I'm going to place it. It actually came up in the reading in reverse, but I'm just going to place it upright for now. Pile number 2 had the 10 of Wands. And believe it or not, pile number 3 had the 10 of Cups. And to be quite honest, if I had done a 4th pile, we probably would have gotten the 10 of Swords, but who wants the 10 of Swords? At least the good thing about the 10 of Swords is that it is completion, and it's like you're just done. You're over and done. So this was so fascinating to me, and I love this energy for a Pisces new moon because 10s are like abundance, like your cup is overflowing. The Wands is a little bit like you're working a little bit too much, and 10 of Pentacles is like abundance, but it's still this like end and completion of a cycle. And I love that this is happening on a Pisces new moon because Pisces is like we're bridging into spring. We're like leaving behind the stuff that we shed out or contemplated, hibernated on in the winter, and we're letting that go in the past. We're shedding it and letting it go to get ready for spring, to get ready for new beginnings and new things coming. And it seems like everybody is having really like, I see that you are doing the work. I see that you are putting in the effort to make a change in your life and recognizing that you're the only person that can do that. I think we had a lot of queens come up too, didn't we? We had the Queen of Pentacles here. Queen of Wands was definitely in the first one. Oh, I'm sorry, Queen of Swords. Did we have a queen in this one too? Oh my God, we had the Queen of Cups. I'm just now realizing that. So that's interesting. So we had the 10 of Wands with the Queen of Cups, and then we had the Queen of Swords with the 10 of Pentacles. And then we had the Queen of Pentacles with the 10 of Cups. How wild is that? I can't like make that up. Like it just happened. It's so wild to me. And look at how beautiful. So this is telling me that like you're taking this 10 completion and you're like putting your crown on. Did this happen last time? I feel like I've done this before. Put your crown on, queens, because you've got this. You're grounded, you're stable, your cup is filled, and you've got the wisdom and the knowledge. And this is what we want to see on a Pisces new moon. So how I look at a Pisces new moon, because it's like right on, we're right in the transition to spring, and Aries will officially kick off the first day of spring. But I like to see Pisces as watering the seeds. It's what are you giving? How are you nourishing your dreams? How are you putting in the work, tilling your soil, getting your soil ready to plant those things that you're trying to grow? I love gardening, so it's easy to apply this gardening analogy to my life, but it just makes so much sense to life. Like prepare, how are you going to nourish yourself so that you're able to do all the work to move forward and complete your goals? How are you going, like what kind of elements, how are you going to water it? How are you going to nurture it? How are you going to give it nutrients to really bring these things to fruition so that these seeds grow? What are the seeds? In the Just a Phase Planner, we are envisioning what if our goals were a seed, what flower would they grow into? What would that flower look like? What would that plant look like? Maybe it does, all plants have flowers, but maybe it's not a flower. Maybe it's this big, luscious tropical plant. Maybe it's this strong rooted tree. Maybe it's a beautiful sunflower that is, you can't help but smile when you look at it. What do your dreams look like? So you've been given space to draw and imagine, envision. If you don't if you don't feel like you have an artistic side, you can use words. I really think that a collage idea would be really cool for this, like a vision board kind of thing. And if you're interested in learning more about following the moon, I'm going to have a crazy, I'm not going to, obviously I'm recording this in advance, but as of today, the Just a Face planner is going to have the craziest sale ever. I need this box out of my house. Like, get it for your friend. Tell your friends. Please tell your friends. Get these planners out of my house. All of these new moons and like these readings were so big and so huge. One of them was a little bit heavier than the others, but there's this huge transition coming up, and this is like we are breaking the soil. We're coming out from our hibernation. Having completed a cycle. Every single group here has completed some sort of cycle in their life throughout the winter months, and now you're ready to rebirth in spring. So set intentions around nourishing your soil. Compost it. What did you compost, and what is going to feed and nurture your dreams? And dream big. Like, just all of these cards have this very dreamy Pisces energy. That's why I use this deck for this reading, and I can just feel it. Like, I can feel that you guys are all dreaming and hoping for the future, despite how crazy this time is. And I love that about you. I love that you are the people that are bringing the hope and going to birth the future of this new world that is hopefully more positive and loving and kinder to everybody. Really great stones to work with: Amazonite for throat chakra and courage and strength and voicing your truth. Biotite and spinel for manifestation but also calming, and for labradorite for believing in your dreams. So these are the crystals that we're working with this moon cycle. If you would like to participate in live readings, I'll be live on Twitch later. Thinking like late afternoon, early evening. So because I want to have my new moon time to reflect by myself. So we'll have like a little early celebration with some tarot readings if you want some individual clarification for that. I thank you so much for your support, and tell your friends to buy this planner, please. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for giving me the time and rest that I needed. Thank you for your well wishes. And I'm hoping to get things rolling again. That's my intention anyways, to get things rolling. Let's get things rolling, you guys. Happy new moon.